What's happening? What's up? What's up? What's good? It's Audibly Fat in the Mix. How's everybody doing today? How's your weekend going? You getting ready? It's Friday night and this motherfucker coming to you live from beautiful northern Colorado as usual. Sounding like Chewy Gomez in the morning. It's CMC. Welcome to CMC. Gonna play the best hip hop R&B for the Bay Area's best hip hop and R&B. It's Chewy Gomez in the mix. The CMC. How y'all doing this afternoon? Man, he was the shit, dude. That guy was dope. Fuck TRL, bro. CMC was where it was at. If you were in the Bay, you know what's up. After school every day at 3 o'clock. Man, Benji, you always, every time I hit record, this dog, he just comes to life and just starts wilding out. He sleeps all fucking day. And the second I hit record, he just... See what I'm saying? Sorry for anybody in headphones. That's what a bulldog sounds like. How's everybody doing? How long has it been since I recorded? 9/11? Couple, damn near, almost. Yeah, 9/11, dude. It's been almost 2 weeks. What the fuck have I been doing? What have I been doing? Benji, what have you been doing? I went to a concert. I went and saw this band, the band in the opening. Not the guy doing the cover. Not Kim Jong-Chill. Kim Jong-Trill? Kim Jong-Trill? Kim Jong-Chill. Not Kim Jong-Chill, but the actual band. I went and saw Krungbin at Red Rocks, their first ever headlining show. It was this band, actually. Here you go. I'll play them. I'll play a recording. Hopefully the algo don't take me down, though. Not the song. This song. There you go. It was lit, man. They played some deep cuts. I busted my phone out for that one. Those two songs and Zionsville, I think. Man, they're fucking dope, dude. That band, that guy, I think his name is Marcus Spear. I could be wrong. I should know his name with how much I listen to him. I really should know his name. And I know how to play some of his music. And I was telling the guy next to me I met Marcus Spear. Marcus Spear's an NFL player. Jesus Christ. What am I doing? I was telling the guy next to me, I was like, yeah, man, this guy made me, pick up a guitar after like 10 years. And I tried to play some of his songs, and I could play about the most I'll ever in my life ever be able to play of this guy's songs is 2/3 of each song. Like, there's just no way. Some of it. Like, there's just no way. Mark Spear. It is Mark Spear. What did I say originally? What did I originally look? Marcus Spears. Oh, the NFL bench. This dog, man. I get it, brother. Just relax. Here, how about you get off that chair? There you go. Get down. Get down. Come on, boys. All right. Yeah, I mean, you got up there and spun around. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, dude, that was dope. I've never been to Red Rocks. I've lived in Colorado for 7 years. Everybody's always been, it is Marcus Spear. Everybody's like, you got to go to Red Rocks, got to go to Red Rocks. And I never had. And yeah, it's fucking awesome, man. What an awesome fucking place. It was really nice. We got there late. I didn't see the first two bands, but we got there late, ate some fungus, walked up this big ass fucking hill, had to cross some weird fucking canyon sky bridge. But yeah, it was dope, dude. They played a great show. It was fucking badass. It was raining, and we all stayed in the rain, and my wife was fucking cold as shit, but she enjoyed the show. Yeah, dude. They're fucking dope. Check them out if you don't know who they are. KHRUANGBIN. You've probably heard their shit. Not a lot of lyrics, but music's better that way because what needs to be said. Someone broke your heart. Tell me through your art, motherfucker. Tell me through your gift. Use your fingers. Stimulate me with your fingers. Yeah, so Red Rocks is pretty badass. It's pretty dope, dude. So I guess that's why I haven't recorded what was I doing last weekend? Yeah, because we went Monday night and I took Tuesday off of work. Just because that's the thing. You gotta take the day after off of a concert. Not the day of, because the concert's usually at night. Unless you go to a festival, then it's a 3-day event. Yeah, but the people there, good people watching at the show. I wish I had gotten there earlier in the daytime so I could see more of them. Because that's another really high point, a sell point of Colorado. A really, something that draws people in is the wook culture. The dirty, haven't showered in days hippies in weird clothes that dance and are fucking on drugs you couldn't imagine. Usually a cocktail of them, wearing tie-dye and, just mountain folk. So there's a lot of that. I've seen some of that, especially, in the college towns. But man, fucking, you go to a funky show at Red Rocks, dude. God damn. There was some funky people there. Some wooks. So the wook culture was fun. I wish I'd gotten there with more light to see, some more people watching. But yeah. People are fucking, it was just a good time. People are fucking wild, man. There's some crazy fucking people around us. I went with my wife and a family member, who, stumbled, found a homeless lady laying on the train tracks about a year ago, and told us all about it, and was just like, I brought her in for a little bit, and dude, my glasses just broke. That's fucking cool. What time is it? 6:30? God damn it. I literally just adjusted my glasses and they just snapped. That's tight. Luckily it's, Friday night and I can definitely go get that done. Fuck. Damn, I wonder if you could fucking hear that. I literally just went cool. At least it's at a point I could tape it. Fuck me. Damn. You gotta keep it together, man. Record's on. You gotta have the urge to go, motherfucker. You gotta keep it together, dude. See my anger. Damn, I do have anger issues. I'm usually so chill, and then it's like, shit like that happens, and you're like, why? Like, okay. Inanimate objects, man. I have patience for people. I don't, unless you're a junkie, I don't have junkie sympathy. I don't have patience for addicts. I don't have patience for people that just put things in their system and do stupid decisions. I'm like, yeah, you did that. You like, what did you think was going to happen? You're terrible with drugs, and you can't handle your shit, so you're not somebody you can use, and then you tried, and then you fucked up. So that I don't have sympathy for, but normally I have a lot of sympathy for people and a lot of patience with people and like living things, but not inanimate objects, things that don't do what they're fucking designed to do. Even though I'm a dumb idiot who can't design anything to do anything, I still expect my shit to do it. I'm an American. I don't make things. We're Americans. We don't produce. I consume. So it better be a good product, because that's my job in life, is to consume. So I rate things on being a good product or not, because I don't produce. What the fuck? It's not what we do here. I'm an American, I have opinions on things. I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, and that's my fucking, it's my right. It's my, it's a theological dogma. It's God-given right, man. It's as true as the sky is blue, brother. I can say what I want. I'm an American. I don't have to produce shit. But you better make me things that fucking don't break when I fucking touch them. So that's cool. Oh, that really jolted me. What was I talking about? What culture? Red Rocks? Man, that shit was dope. Krungbin's the shit. Check them out. Fucking badass band. That guy, he's the man. The drummer's the shit. He's smooth as butter. He's like a hip hop drummer. Just makes it even smoother. And that dude, he barely looks like he hardly even moves. And he's just, man, fucking cooler than the other side of the pillow, to quote the late great Stuart Scott, back when ESPN was worth something. It wasn't much, but it was worth something. But it is now. What was going on? I had notes I was going to talk about. Oh yeah, Drucky. So I've been thinking a lot. I gotta call my grandpa, but I've been thinking a lot about buying land, because we bought this house a few months ago. As you know, I bought a 2,500 square foot house, motherfucker. You know what it is. I'm in the game. 4 levels, 3 stories. Suck it. 3-car garage. You know what it is. Sorry you don't own shit. Sorry you're a bum ass bitch. It's so weird once you own. You're like, ugh, look at these renters. Fucking ugh. Even though that was me for 32 and through 2/3 years. What was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying, dude. Benji, what was I talking about? Oh, buying land. So, bought a house, right? And just the way things are going, I mean, that general vibe, that vibe you guys all got, everybody's got it right now. Who we're blaming is different, but who we're directing this energy at, who we're blaming it on, who we're giving credit for, this vibe we all have is different. But we all have it for the most part. That things are fucked, dude. This is not good in this country. Things are not good all around. It's not looking good, man. You want to know how it's not looking good? They let me buy a house. I didn't have a license for 10 years. I didn't have a credit score until about a year ago, 9 months ago, a year ago. Yeah. You go try and buy a steak for under $20. Good luck. A raw fucking thin ribeye steak. I live in a state where they're producing your beef, so tell me things are normal. Tell me things are normal when they're talking about taxing transactions on Venmo and PayPal and every little thing we do. Oh, you bought something for $20 from some old lady on Facebook Marketplace? The IRS wants their cut. Like, it's just every direction you look, man. It's just getting the vaccine mandate. Like, I had to go get a test, which I actually agree with. If this is a man-made, bug, we all know they were messing around in a lab. We all know that WAP fucking Tony Fauci, he was, like gain of function. We know all the things. We know that, like, this is pretty obvious that people in power in government made this entire thing happen. Everything that's happening all across the world is most likely blamable on our government and the Chinese government. Like, I'm sure of that. I don't know how I know, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know. You just could tell. You just tell. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I don't think someone bit a fucking bat. Like, I'm trying to avoid things that are going to get this knocked out of, I don't know, whatever. It's just shadow. I don't know. Apparently on YouTube, you can't say certain things. I don't fucking know. I watch videos all the time where dudes just skip words all the time. It doesn't matter what subject you're talking about. You could be talking about Kublai Khan, Genghis Khan's grandson. You could be talking about like someone, reviewing a Noam Chomsky speech. They're going to skip a couple words to stay monetized. It's just weird. So I'm trying to avoid all these words. But everything's all fucked up right now. And everyone kind of gets that vibe. And I'm trying to avoid it. And I'm trying to no. Especially because I took mushrooms the other day. And it really, that always kind of, even though I didn't get really, really high, it still just kind of psychologically nudges you towards what matters. And I don't know, man. I want to just try and when people I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to I don't think the sky is falling. I don't want to just live like the sky is falling. Even though we all have that fucking vibe, I don't want to walk around like it. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, with all the uncertainty, I just feel like I should have bought land instead of a house. I put myself in the suburbs. The suburbs suck. It forces you to have a car, blah, blah, blah. The food supply is getting fucked, man. Like I said, go try and buy a steak. It freaks me the fuck out, man. I need to know how to hunt, dude. I need to make friends with a rancher. I'm trying to not be paranoid. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying not to be paranoid. But paranoia is kind of everywhere right now. It all across the board. I'm in sales, man. I'm in business-to-business sales. So I deal with a lot of different people. And the paranoia to on every part, man. People are afraid to make decisions. People are afraid. Everything's up in the air. Everything is up in the air. You ask a question and it's, I don't know, all across the board. Everyone is unsure of everything. Hey, when are we going to get blank? Do you think blank is going to come in by blank? Do you think we're going to get this by this time? No one is sure of anything. You go to track things, who the fuck? No, everyone is, no one knows, everyone, like I said, I think I said on the last episode, people are blaming the unemployed. But now the unemployment's gone. So now that kind of went away last week. Now it's kind of like people, I'm hearing it's, things are getting backed up in production on overseas and other ports. So things aren't coming in. Supplies aren't coming in. We're not getting raw material. We're not getting product. People aren't getting, and I'm talking multiple businesses, wide ranges, a wide spectrum of industries are short on fucking everything you can imagine, dude. And it's just, I don't know what that is. I don't know enough to, are we just catching up in production? Are we trying to make up for the lost time of 2020? It's almost 2022. If you really think about it, we're less than 90 days out of 2022 and things are just uneasy. I just sense an uneasiness in supply chains in multiple industries. I got a guy telling me he went to Steamboat Springs, which is a mountain town a few hours away from me, and he got hash browns. He went to a breakfast with his wife at 3 different places, and he's an old man, an old country boy. And he gets the same meal, he says, every time he goes to get breakfast. He gets hash browns, bacon, scrambled eggs, toast, and a coffee. He says he gets the same thing every time. Bang, bang, bang. It's like a standard American breakfast. And he says the lowest he paid for the 3 breakfasts he had was $27. The highest he paid was $32, which I get. It's a mountain town. If you look up Steamboat Springs on a map, it's not, it's not a metropolis. There's not, this giant, there's not a food supply warehouse out there, but still at the same fucking time, that's just fucking nuts, dude. That is, you can't just go COVID, what the fuck is going on? So anyways, like, I was trying not to be paranoid. I wanted to buy land, and I'm thinking about how no one in my family has land. No one in my family owns anything. In my side, dad died leaving nothing. Mom doesn't own anything. Grandpa sold what little land we had in Truckee, in a town called Truckee, California. It's right near the border of Nevada, going on Highway 80, coming east. You going east, you're gonna run into. You're going east. You're gonna run into Reno. It's west of Reno, and north of Tahoe. Near Donner Lake. It's the Donner Pass. Anyways, beautiful country, beautiful mountains, gorgeous area. It's where I spent summers as a kid, at least a week a year, sometimes twice a year, beginning, right when the season opened, near Memorial Day, and then at the end of the year near Labor Day, or past it, this time of year. So I spent a lot of time there, and I think about how we used to have that, and how that was always, I always thought of that growing up and being, young and paranoid, and really listening to Edward Snowden and Bradley Manning at the time. Don't mean to dead name him, Chelsea Manning. Just what was going on back in 2007, 8, 9, 10, 2006, when I was a senior in high school, to learning about, loose change and 9/11, and like getting really deep into conspiracy, and then coming out and then starting to see the illogical shit. Like, it's not just one family named the Roth and the Rocks. Like, I'm not going to say their full names because, again, the algo, don't want to deal with it. Fucking Rockefellers, Rothschilds. Like, it's not, you realize that it's okay. The conspiracy hole is, especially back then, was easy to be like, oh, it was obvious when you were treading into territory where you'd see Bigfoot in the tabs on the left. You were like, okay, alien, like how much, and then so you start to read books, you discover, authors like David Talbot, and you're like, oh, okay, so it is what I think it is, but it's not, there's not lizards, like, so, like I said, just back then I thought of Truckee as, man, the world's a big, scary place. I'm powerless. I live in a machine. I live in the belly of the beast. And it's, a great life, that's, as far as living in the belly of the beast goes, we have it better than anyone in human history, but it's still a beast nonetheless. Poor brown people across the planet are just suffering so we can have a great life. That's just a fact. There's no denying that. And I've known that since I was a teenager. So I always was like, man, this isn't going to last. Pax Romana didn't last. Why would this? So I've always thought of Truckee as a refuge. I've always thought of it as something that I could pull the plug, especially living in the Bay Area, living in a metropolis. You're like, fuck, dude, if anything ever fucking happened, what the fuck am I going to do? I don't know how to hunt. I know how to fish, but you can't eat largemouth bass. And everyone says don't eat all the striper and the sturgeon we catch. Everyone says, oh, don't eat too much of it and all the shit. So, like I said, I always thought I should buy land. But I thought of Truckee as a refuge. And then I'm thinking about Truckee and what it meant to me as a kid, and what we did up there all the time, and how often we went up there, and how many fucking dope ass, what made my childhood fucking great. I looked at, it's hard to look at your childhood and not see the negative, at least for me, because I was abused at my dad's. But in my mom's house, things were so much better. And I think when my sister came out here last month, and then looking at a lot of home videos and just getting older and getting perspective on life, I look at my childhood much differently. I look at it as I genuinely see it for how good it was now and how bad it could have been. It was bad. The parts that were bad were very, very bad. Very, not okay at all. For anybody in any point in any timeline. But at the same time, I could have had it far fucking worse, dude. I could have, Not to sound like a boomer, but it could have been far, 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 far worse. Even in my own country, in my own town. I'm from this. I was raised until 5th grade. Before we moved to Oakley, California, I was raised in the hometown, like where Phil Garrido was from. You know what I mean? Like, things could have been fucked for me, dude. Like, the Wall Street Journal wrote about the town that my mom lived in, that my grandparents lived in. They wrote about that town, and not in a fucking good light. Like, terrible area. So things could have been terrible down the street from me. My dad's house, things weren't great, but could have been worse. So I look at Chucky and going up there and spending time in that town and going to the record store there. And that's where I bought, when I was really into punk rock, man, and I would buy like, you know, like that's where I first bought like Very Proud of You, the very first AFI album. You know, it's where like I would go in there and just, they'd let you listen to CDs, and I bought all types of shit, man. And like, it was like clothing stores. I remember there was like this fucking, what was it, Sierra Nevada or something? I don't know what brand it was, but man, we'd go to the outlets, and I don't know. Chucky was just dope, dude. We'd fish all the fucking time, play baseball. It was just great. So I was thinking about Chucky, right? So all this to say, I was thinking about going up there and you know, the place we used to eat, the place we'd always go to this Mexican restaurant on the fucking fire that made like real mole that looked like fucking chocolate. Place was awesome. Fuck, it was called La Bamba. Fucking fire, dude. It was blue. It was a blue building right in downtown Truckee. But just going up there, and I was thinking about, like I said, there were outlets, dude. We'd go to these outlets, and I didn't get a lot of shit, but my stepdad did. And I was talking to my mom about this the other day, and she was like, we had no fucking money. She's like, we'd come back, and she was like, that's why she's like, you'd come back and there'd be no hot water. You'd come back and the cable would be off for a week. And she's like, because he was a fucking idiot and would go up there and blow a whole paycheck. And she's like, every time we took a trip to Truckee, he thought it meant new wardrobe. So I remember going to these outlets and not getting anything, but he would buy just tons of shit. And the one store he loved was the Big Dogs clothing company, the Big Dog Sportswear. It's just Big Dogs, the Big Dog store. And this motherfucker, man, would buy all these shirts. And I remember he would buy me and my brother, or, you know, all of us a shirt, because they always had deals. Like 10 shirts for $100 or some shit. So he'd be like, all right, I'll pick out, you know, 5, and then you guys all get one. Fucking idiot. And I remember I got one that was like Harry Potter, you know, and the Sorcerer's Bone or some shit. Like, but that's what it was. That's what that company was. It was just these dumb, fucking gimmicky dog puns, you know, just dog themed covers of shit on shirts. And it was like, you know, like, stay off, if you can't, you know, run with the big dog, stay on the porch. And it'd be a big dog pointing at you, you know, with sunglasses on and shit. And he loved that shit, right? And I didn't really think nothing of it. And then I haven't thought about it in 20 years, dude. Legitimately 20, probably since I was 11, 12 years old. So over 2 decades, this shit isn't, this fucking this clothing company isn't crossed my mind. And I was thinking about it the other day, because I was thinking about Chucky, and it dawned on me. So I was like, I'm going to look them up. Are they still a company? Because I wear Gecko Hawaii. I used to wear Gecko Hawaii when I was a kid, and Gecko Hawaii came back, and they make dope ass shit, dude. I got some volleyball shorts, and I got a couple shirts. Gecko Hawaii's dope. This podcast was brought to you by Gecko Hawaii Clothing Company. Shout out to Gecko Hawaii. They're fucking dope. They got that puff ink. Shit's lit. Sponsor my podcast. You guys are dope. You do dope work. I'm returning that 2X. I appreciate y'all sending me the 3X. I just I'm living a fucking I live in a new neighborhood where they put up mailboxes where I can only return letters. So I got to drive to this bum ass post office in this town and drop it off. I got you, Gecko Hawaii. I'll come up with a promo code. We're working out a deal. They're going to sponsor this podcast. They're going to be the sponsor. Gecko Hawaii, they're the shit. So anyways, I was looking up Big Dog Sportswear because I was like, man, I wear Gecko Hawaii. I was like, what are they up to? I wonder if they make shit nowadays, right? And dude, all I typed in, I still have it up. I left it all up because I was like, no way. All I typed in was Big Dog clothing. And, you know, first thing is Big Dog Sportswear, bigdog.com, right? And then it goes, you know, people also ask, you know, why did Big Dog go out of business? What happened to Big Dog? And I'm like, oh shit, they went out of business, right? And I scroll down, and the very first link is an article on culture.com or the outline.com. And it says how Big Dog became a symbol for white male America. And it's got a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger wearing a Big Dog Hawaiian shirt, which I remember. I had Hawaiian shirts from there. I had ones with like the Woody cars. Those cars were the shit. I thought they were dope as fuck. Those like beach cars with surfboards on top. I'm an idiot. I was a poor fucking fat white kid. I don't know, dude. I thought they were cool. So anyways, I click this article, dude. And it's just fucking nuts. Like they just, I don't know, just from the title, White Male America. It's like this whole thing. Hold on, Benji's freaking out. Jesus, fucking dogs, man. Anyways, I'm back. Sorry, I paused. I don't know if you noticed. Shouldn't have even said anything. Anyways, so I found this article, and it's just, yeah, from the fucking title down, it's just, here it goes. Just all about how it's just for white guys, and, you know, only, and then it shows up, the first thing is a picture of Will Smith wearing it. But it's just weird, man. I don't know. It's just weird that this is the top article. Like, I don't, whether they're right or wrong, it's just weird that how everything nowadays is just looked through this lens of like, it's a symbol of white America. Like, it's just white, male, misogynistic, toxic masculinity. Like, literally, all those words are in here. You know, it's just nuts, dude. Like, it's just so, I mean, yeah, that's what it was. My stepdad was that. Like, but it's just so weird how that's the only way things are fucking perceived. That's the only way things are viewed, right? So I'm like, okay, I go back. I'm like, okay, that's the first article. And then the second article is how Big Dog's progressive rebrand went wrong on GQ. And apparently, Big Dog's tried to rebrand as progressive. So I didn't know this, but during the 20 years I didn't know about this brand. The reason why they wrote the article, the first article about how it's just white, misogynistic, toxic masculinity is because they leaned in to the Trump tards. They leaned into to those people, which is a great market. I mean, those people, that's 150 million fucking people that spend money on dumb red hats. Like, I mean, so they leaned into that market apparently over the last 20 years. And really earned a lot of, you know, bad favor out of the public. And I didn't know about this. So it's just weird. It makes sense now, I guess, why they're looked at through that lens. But apparently they tried to rebrand. GQ wrote an article about how there's a rebrand effort. And it just flopped, apparently. Like, they tried to make, like, progressive clothes with, like, you know, they had a whole gay pride line. They had a whole... But it's just weird how this company played that game. This company, why can't they just be what, like, I'm pretty sure no one's coming at Etsy or what are these other, Shopify or whatever the fuck these dumb companies are that'll just, those screen printing companies, you send them anything and they'll print it and sell it. Like, you can be a QAnon, you know, Stop the Steal lady on Twitter and have a whole fucking store dedicated to that shit and post anything you want and sell anything you want, but no one's coming at those companies like, hey, you fucking pieces of shit. What do you... No, it's just money, you know? So, they went with the times, I guess, and it bit them. So R.I.P. Big Dogs, I guess. But I mean, hopefully they can come back. They just need to go back to that dumb shit like that they used to make. Like I think that's kind of what I thought when I stumbled on all this, and it's just this article of just how they're just so, white toxic males, and it's just like, okay, yeah, but they also, like, I don't know, I looked up old shirts, right, that I remember, and it's like South Park, I remember this one, they fixed Kenny, like I said, the Harry Potter one, I found that one. I guess I got it wrong. It's not the Sorcerer's Bone. It's the Chamber of Dog Treats. I remember, like, these are just shirts, dude. They're just gimmicky. Attitude makes a big difference. And I get it. It's for white. Yeah. Mostly white guys wear this shit. But it's just weird how, like, would you attack a clothing company for would you attack FUBU? Like, is that a problem for us, by us? Like, no, that's like, what? It's just weird. It's just fucking weird how everything's just looked at in this lens. And it's just everything. I went from remembering my childhood to just looking up this dumb clothing company to see if they're still in existence, like Gecko Hawaii. When I did the same thing with Gecko Hawaii. My mom came out here, had a bunch of pictures, and was like, hey, showing me pictures, and I have a 3rd grade picture, and I have a Gecko Hawaii shirt on, right on the pocket logo. And I was like, fuck yeah, man, Gecko Hawaii was the shit. I look it up. They came back out. There was no, I guess they didn't fuck up and make Trump shirts. Like, God, dude, that shit just kills you, I guess. I looked up Gecko Hawaii, and they hooked up with Riff Raff. I mean, is that? I think he had like a line on Gecko Hawaii, but it was just weird. I just went from remembering some stupid thing from the 90s, looking it up, and it's just immediately like, oh my God, they're the evil. This is what Satan would wear. Like, it's just weird, man. And it's just how you can't get away from that scope, no matter what subject you're looking at. It's just so weird. Anyways, I mean, I don't know. I just don't think things have to be looked at in that lens. Because I went through the article, and they didn't even do anything. Like, I don't even think they did anything severe. You know what I mean? They're not like, they didn't make Q shirts. They just. And then the best part about that article was a shirt that was fake. The best part about it was, where'd it go? God damn it, I closed it. The best part about it was like, there's like a 9/11 shirt. Let me see, fake. Hold on a second. There's a fucking fake one, which is the best. Yeah, it's the dog pointing that's always pointing, right? He's got the sunglasses, and it's always like, hell yeah, I got a bad attitude or whatever the fuck, whatever dumb dad joke. But anyways, the fake one is, listen here, bud, America deserved nothing. So the fakest shirt, the most offensive shirt they didn't even make. It's not even real. And I wish it was. I'd buy that shit. It's just funny as fuck. Hey, I don't know who did that, but kudos, dude. That is funny as fuck. That is very funny. Yeah, but don't get caught wearing that shit. It's like Bone Cold Steve Posted open up a can of woof ass. Like, that's really funny, dude. Like, I'm retired, but I work as a full-time pain in the ass. This is grandpa shit, man. Like, what? Like, what did this company do wrong? Like, they tapped into that boomer. There's boomer money, baby. This thing taking you through the timeline, ranker from the 90s, from the very beginning all the way to now. And it's like, yeah, I don't know, man. More on them. Good on you. Politically incorrect since 83. I don't know. Whatever. Apparently you're evil if you wear big dogs. Dude, I wore that shit when I was a kid. I don't know. They bought it for me. I thought, like I said, it was a Harry Potter shirt. I don't know what to tell you. Harry Potter was 9. I was 9. I read the books. So when there was a shirt, I was like, sure, I'll take that one. Oh, stole, the WWF one. That's funny. Like, I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to get them to sponsor this motherfucker too, man. Gecko Hawaii and Big Dog Sporting. Big Dogs Sport? What was it? Big Dog Sportswear? Sportswear. Big Dog Sportswear is about to sponsor this bitch. Yeah, man. That's where we're going. It's, everything's just seen through politics or race, and it's just weird. You can't just be like, hey, look at this dumb clothing company. They've always been dumb. They make dumb clothes for dumb people. Dumb dads that wear, high above the knee cargo shorts and white socks that are bunched down and white New Balances, and tuck a t-shirt in. Like, that's what it's for. I don't know if you do. I don't know. Have you been to America? There's millions of those dudes, dude. If you leave your apartment in the Lodo or wherever whatever downtown or, gentrified neighborhood you're writing your articles from, you'd see that, like, there's tens and tens of millions of those dudes everywhere. And it's like, yeah, if you're just here to make money, fucking, yeah, like Etsy. They're like, yeah, whatever you want to put on it, we'll make it. We're going to send it to China and we'll mail it to you. We're going to send it to our lady in China. She's going to get her kids. We got 3 whole floors on the 138-story building at Foxconn dedicated to this shit, and we got it. What do you want? Do you want the Holocaust wasn't real? Do you want America deserved 9/11? Like, they'll print anything on a fucking shirt. So, it's just weird. It's just a weird thing. Because, all it is the author of that article remembering, like I did, his dad or somebody's dad wearing that clothes, or just the clothing company in general, and then just was like, I'm gonna turn a spin on it. I'm gonna make it seem like it's just fucking weird. It's just weird, dude. Like, why can't you just be like, remember that dumb clothing company? Couple memes. Just weird. It's the same people. These are the same people that, probably pretend that homelessness is a new problem. Homelessness is new. These are the same people that they probably live in LA or San Francisco, and they're writing that article, and they're leaving their apartment, that they, they're not from the city, and they're just shocked at the homelessness, ever since they took this job, and they're just like, they can't believe it, and it's out of control in the tent cities, and it's just like, where the fuck have you been, dude? I've seen people living in tents on the side of the road my entire fucking life in the Bay Area. I've been stepping over people shitting themselves and blowing out crack smoke since I was single digit age, walking to Giants games, walking down the Pier 39, walking to Ghirardelli Square, walking to North Beach to get Italian food. Like, I've been stepping over homeless people forever, dude. I've been getting scared by homeless dudes shaking bushes since I was, like I said, single digit age. There was a guy named Bike Mike that used to live in my hometown of Oakley that lived in a fucking tent on the side of the fucking road, and my stupid piece of shit dad used to throw canned food at him. My dad, who lived in a trailer, felt better than that guy. This was in 1997, 1998, 1999. So people that are pretending like, California is just overrun with homelessness. Do you know the history of Los Angeles and Skid Row? Like, they had said, you ever seen The Wire when they make Amsterdam and they legalize prostitution and heroin use and drug sale and open market, just drug sale and all types of shit, open containers, yada, yada. That is like 7 square blocks of Los Angeles and has been for decades. Do whatever you want down there. So this whole like homelessness is out of like, it's like, where the fuck have you been? Like, have you not? Maybe there's more, I'm sure, but with COVID, they're not giving us stats. So who the fuck knows? Has the homeless population really increased? And I wouldn't be shocked with everything they did, with everything that just happened, with the largest wealth distribution in human history that just took place. I would not be shocked if the homelessness is on the rise. But yeah, the same people that would get mad about big dogs are the same people that are shocked that people are homeless. Like, do you not, instead of feeling things, different every day, your brain just resets and it's like, okay, what is daddy algorithm going to tell me to feel about today? What is he going to tell me to care about today? Because I'm not going to care about it tomorrow. But if you just stopped and we're just taking in information and just thinking about what you're hearing and just logically looking at, okay, multiple bailouts of multiple trillions of dollars and you only got $3,200. COVID hits. COVID hits and I got furloughed at my job in March 2020. I got furloughed for 2 months. Okay, I work for a Fortune 500 company that furloughed me right at the very beginning of this pandemic, before they had ever lost a dime. They furloughed me and let the state pay me for 2 months, and then cut, I think, 5 to 10% of their staff nationwide, before they ever lost a dollar. And I don't know this, and I'm not going to say the company I work for because I'm not a fucking idiot, but they definitely took PPP money from the fucking federal government. They definitely took money from the federal government before they ever lost a dollar to supplement future loss. So if you were just paying attention at all, you would know that there's a massive economic collapse on the horizon. There's you're in the middle of it. You're in the middle of it. The rich people, it hasn't hit them yet because they've been insulated from it, from all the money that just got printed. They've been insulated and the market hasn't crashed yet. But once they feel it, then they'll call it a crash. But make no mistake, motherfucker, you're in the middle of one. So maybe that's why there's homeless people everywhere. Maybe it's not your governor's problem. Maybe it's not your fucking governor's issue. Maybe it's a fucking much, much, much larger societal, cultural, functional, methodical issue. It's a mechanical issue of the society we're in. It's a symptom of what's been happening for the last better part of a century. Listen to Noam Chomsky, read a couple books, and you're like, oh, yeah, there is an international senate of corporations that do control the federal governments and politicians, and then our governments have become number 2 on the totem pole to private corporations and private groups, and they are beholden to things that can absolutely decimate economies. So that's just fact. So, like, if you're looking and just taking information in, then you'll see that, yeah, man, this is not good. Like, homelessness is a symptom of what's been happening and what our parents, our grandparents, and our great-grandparents allowed to happen. Or I don't even know if they even had a chance, dude. The more you look into history, the more you look into how the hippie movement was chopped at the fucking knees with COINTELPRO. You look at, and not just that, with all the movements that chopped the entire 60s down, that chopped what everyone thought was going to be the Great Revolution down, not culminating in and not limited to the blowing off of John F. Kennedy's fucking head. Like, not limited to, and not to be excluded, but, Charles Manson and what that did to the hippie movement, what that did to free love, and not, all of it, Vietnam, all of it has been orchestrated. We have been toppling regimes since the end of the World War II, since the second we created the UN, since the second we came together. We've been going against it. America operates independently of international law. International law does not apply to this nation because we are the nation that drops the nuke. So, yeah, man, we've been operating at will for a long time, which is why we've put people on the moon and SpaceX and whoa, we're leading in innovation, and we do export culture. We are the culture export of planet Earth, and we do, but that all comes at a cost. That all like eventually those chickens will come home to roost. Like I said in the beginning of this, I'm not trying to be paranoid. I don't know how, I don't know when. I don't think we're going to get invaded. Jet fighters fly over my house sometimes because I live near an airport, like literal jet fighters. And me and my wife, one time they came and they were fucking low, dude. And it shook our fucking house. So we walked outside and I was like, hey, I've always, since I was a kid, had like this, I fall asleep, and as like you're falling into the dream state and you're dozing off, I always have this like recurring like thought or dream or whatever you want to call it, that like hundreds of jet fighters are flying through the sky, and I don't know if they're friendly or not, but me and all my neighbors, like Fallout 4 style, are all outside looking in the sky like, oh shit. And she just looks at me and I'm just like, I don't know who, I don't know why. But then I also think that's because of movies that I think that's because of books I've read, because of the American culture I've absorbed over the last 30 years, that I think that my dad being in the army, my grandfather being in the army, every single generation in my family's history being in the military. That's probably why I think that. But if you look at the modern world now and how things have been set up and the culmination of all those wars, the goal of all those world wars, and America allowing Pearl Harbor to happen, to intervene in World War II, to prop itself up as the superpower that we are, like the goal of all that was to eventually not, it's like peace, but not, like, was to control through other means. Like, that's why we don't fight. America hasn't declared war through Congress and official means on a nation in a long time, even though we killed 1.5 million Iraqis, even though we killed thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of Afghanis. Yemen, the fucking casualties are astronomical. We took out half of the pharmaceutical supply of a Sahara, Western Sahara. Like, all throughout history, we've and how many times we really declared war? Not many, but we've definitely destroyed a lot of fucking people's lives. We've decimated entire nations. But that was all to, now you don't nearly have to. You just own them. Eventually you do all that and you set up banks and you own land and business, and then you take a foothold in the economy, you take a foothold in the politics, and then you infiltrate that way. But the thing that I think is what's happened, and I think is not bode well for our future, and does not bode well for this, for things that are happening, I think are a symptom of this now. I think we're already in the middle of it. I think the mandate for the jab is like a symptom of it, and I'm an idiot. Like, first and foremost, I know, like, I'm usually funny or whatever, and I've been going on for a while, like acting like I know what I'm talking about, but I am a complete fucking idiot. But I'm telling you, I just have a feeling like all this, like, we're beholden to foreign entities. We're beholden to America's for sale. You can buy land in this country. You can buy corporations in this country. You can buy property in this country. You can set up roots in this country and not be a citizen and not be American and not have any of our best interests at heart. And you can come into a community and employ thousands of people and not be American, which I've always, as a young liberal, was like, what's the problem? You don't like Chinese people? Like, I genuinely, I was like, you racist, xenophobe, like, but when you really think about it, like, what's truly terrifying is the fact that, I don't know if this is true, man. I'm going to look it up. I've heard that half of Manhattan is owned by foreign entities, by people that are not American. Like, I don't know if it's China, I don't know if it's Saudi Arabia, but it is not, like, they're not American. So what does that mean? So what does that mean for when you say, like, we're New York, we're New York. Like, the other day, somebody referred to me to the last podcast on the left. I've never heard of them. And I downloaded Spotify just to listen to it. But they're 9/11 episodes, and I listened to them, and they're fucking dog shit. And they're fucking terrible, dumb podcasts. Those dudes are not funny. Not into it. It was horrible because just like, and the second I heard it, I should have turned it off. But as soon as they started, they're all from New York, or they all live in New York. So anybody who's ever been to the East Coast that talks about 9/11, or especially New Yorkers, cannot within 3 sentences will use it to jerk themselves off, to jerk off New Yorkers. Like, oh, what we did that day, we came together, what we show, New Yorkers are assholes, but we have the biggest hearts. And it's like, have you seen the footage of the 1989 earthquake? Have you seen the footage of the Oklahoma City bombing? Have you seen footage of any fucking disaster in fucking human history? Those people fucking come together. They don't just, I digress. New Yorkers are fucking annoying. They're the most fart-sniffing, self-righteous, fucking indignant cunts I've ever even met or had it, like, ugh. Woo! They just can't help, like, these people just can't help but jerk themselves off because firefighters died that day in that city. Like, truly, it's remarkable how they use what happened that day to jack themselves off. It's fucking crazy. Listen to it. Go listen to it. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. I'm not wrong at all. But I heard that Manhattan is owned by China. Let me see. Studies show that Manhattan's all cash buyers have Chinese last names. 75%. I don't know who wrote that. The Chinese take Manhattan. Replace Russians as top apartment buyers. This is in 2014. So yeah, if that was 8 years ago, 7 years ago, like, good, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. So you jerk yourself off because of 9/11 in New York, and like I said, and the tragedy that was, and how not everybody buckled like a bitch. They use that to jerk themselves off. But your own fucking island, your own the jewel, the Big Apple itself is literally owned by China. That's terrifying. Does that not freak you the fuck out? You're over here like, barking about fucking God knows fucking what. And it's like, yeah, your city's for sale, motherfucker. Your landlord is even an American. Like, and so that's just that to me is scary. That to me means, yeah, they're bringing out a social credit score and they're calling it a passport. That's all that is, dude. That's all. Are you willing to bend the knee, man? And it's just fucking like, there's no way you're going to convince me that it's necessary for anybody to get that fucking thing. Unless you're literally like 80 years old. Unless you're an old person. And even then, does it really help? And like I said, I'm an idiot. I'm a complete idiot. I'm a complete fucking moron. I'm a dumb, fat piece of shit. Like, do not even argue with me, because I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you are. But I don't trust it. I just don't. I don't trust it. I don't. The paranoia we all feel, I think it's warranted. I don't know where to direct it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going to happen. But I do know that America is for sale, man, and it goes to the highest bidder. When things are for sale, they go to the highest bidder. They don't give a fuck. No one's gonna be like, oh, well, we can't, So no one's gonna look. We're gonna turn around one day, and I think it already happened. But this whole place is gonna be owned by other people, by other countries, by other interests, and I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means for my kids. I don't know what that means for me. I don't know what that means for you. I don't know what that means. Who knows? Who gives a shit though, right? Who gives a fuck? This is why I smoke weed. This is why I just open it up, just krung bin, just fucking vibes, man. Just getting vibing the fuck out. Because, I mean, anytime I think about the world or I start to look, I'm just like, holy shit. Oh my God. I got to learn how to garden. I got to learn, oh my God, I got to get in shape. I got to go, oh fuck. So, what are we going to do? I don't even know. What are we gonna do? I don't even claim to be people that have answers. If anything, those are people I avoid. People that claim to have answers. I'm always down to hear how things are fucked. I'm always down to hear investigative journalism. I'm always down to hear why things are fucked, how we got fucked, what somebody found. I love it when people are like freedom of information. I'm like, oh yeah, what'd you get? But I cut you off and I just tune out when anybody starts coming up with solutions, just because maybe I'm a cynic, whatever. I am totally to a fault. I get that, but I don't know how to fix it. That's where I tell you I'm stupid. That's where I say I'm stupid. That's where I don't even know what the fuck's going on, man. Like, I don't know how to fix any of this shit. I don't think it is. I don't think it is fucking fixable, which is why I think in the first couple episodes, and it's why I always loop back to, I just literally every single day for the last 6 years, I've just grabbed my wife and I just hold her. I grab my dogs at some point in the day and I just hold them, because that's all it is. You call your ma, you play Fortnite with your sister in Denmark, because those are the things that matters. You call your brother and say, hey, do you want to come over and dab and watch the Nick Diaz fight? What else can you do? There's nothing else you can do. So I know I love learning things. I love looking into shit. Like I said, I like listening to old talks like Chomsky and Murray Rothbard's interesting. Some libertarian thinkers are interesting, but it's also like I always can't help but feel like it's an ideology, and I'm like, I listen and then I'm like, ah. And I like I said, I just like more investigative journalism, just because I want to know we're getting fucked, but I don't know what to do about it. So fuck, dude, like this, the salmon documentaries, like the food, all the food shit, everything you look up about food is so fucked, dude. Oh my God. You realize like how, if I watched a documentary about the UK when Brexit happened and how they were entering a trade deal with the United States for American food, and how they studied our food, and how I already know this because my sister's lived in Europe for almost a decade. Most of our grocery store is illegal in Europe. I think I've talked about this before. Like all those companies, major companies like Coca-Cola and Pepsi and Doritos or whoever the fuck, they have to change formulas if they want to sell shit there. Period. So when the UK exited the European Union, they entered a trade deal and they made this documentary, and it is so fucked. Because anytime you watch an investigative journalistic piece from like not America, oh, that'll freak you the fuck out, because they don't pull any punches. They're just like, hey, look at this. Look at these fat fucks. Do you want to look like that? Look at all these pathogens we found in all these, all this beef. Look at all these antibiotic. Look at the E. coli we found in all this beef. And then we isolated it and put it in petri dishes and introduced antibiotics. And look how it's resistant to all 8 antibiotics that we introduced. Isn't that fun? E. coli and salmon. It's fucking terrifying, dude. And then the fucking pesticides and the plastics and the fucking... Whoo! Yeah. So don't get paranoid. I don't know. You know what this episode is going to be about? I got a haircut today. I wanted to make this episode about the haircut I got today, not about any of this paranoia shit. Any of this, don't know what the fuck's going on. We have Chinese landlords. We have a social credit score getting implemented, and half of us are literally begging for it, and calling for literally online. I have screenshots of people calling for the death of people that don't have this fucking shot. It's fucking insane, dude. What has happened to us? The episode was supposed to be about the haircut I got today. I got a haircut and I had an encounter. I got a haircut a few months ago from somebody who's cut my hair since I moved to Colorado. I met this person when I was bartending back in the day, through friends of friends, another business owner from down the street. Anyway, started going there to get my hair cut because I needed someone to cut my hair. They've botched my hair a few times over the last, few years, and just being nice, I keep going, and I shouldn't, but I did. And this last time, they really fucked my hair up, dude. Like multiple nicks and bald spots, and brought the fade way too high up on one side to where I look like a lesbian. I look like a fucking bull dyke. I look like I work at Illegal Pete's in Denver. That's an inside joke. One time I was at a Black Keys concert on acid, and we left, and we were fucked up walking around, and we knew we needed to eat because we'd been drinking and doing acid, and we knew we needed to eat in order to not just feel like death the next day. So we forced ourselves to go get food, and of course we're at Illegal Pete's, and then there's 6 large multi-colored, mohawked, half side of the head shaved women there, and it was remarkable, truly remarkable. So that was that reference. Anyways, that's the haircut I got last time. That haircut. And so I had to let my hair grow out for the last 3 months since May or June. So I went and got a haircut today through another person in the same building that has a chair. I don't know if you know, there's barbers that own the space sometimes rent chairs out in the same space, right? So there's another person there that does great work who's done my hair before when scheduling conflicts came about. I went there, great haircut, right? Let them know the deal, blah, blah, blah. And lo and fucking behold, right when they're finishing it up, my old barber walks in. And I was like, fuck. Oh, it was awkward. And anyways, you just have to ask about life and how's the house, how's the kids, our house good, blah, blah, blah. How have things been? How's COVID? How's your COVID? How's your pandemic going? But yeah, that's what the episode was supposed to be about. And then I think I've just been ranting for an hour about me wanting to not be paranoid, but then expressing that paranoia. Yeah, dude. I'm I sorry about that. I don't like it. I don't care about politics. I really don't. That's why I said, I like knowing, I like when things are investigated, but I don't believe in politics. I think, America has an agenda outside of politics, especially when you zoom out. When you zoom out and you look at us on a timetable, the conservatives, every time we have a conservative president, he brings it way to the right, and then we vote the Democrat in, and then he goes, hey, we're going to come back a little bit to the left, but not where we started. And then the cycle repeats. The conservative pulls us way right, Democrat pulls us a little bit left back, but all the while never pulling back far enough to stop the shift right. We have a very, very right wing political system here, and it's all by design because it's all fake. Nothing's fucking real, and it doesn't matter. So who gives a fucking shit? Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to not talk about how fucked we are. It's hard to not talk about it. Like, but the political aspect of it, I just don't care about. I just don't. I think things are like, I don't know. It's you need distance on things to even understand it. That's why I have COVID disabled on my phone. I don't want to know anything about it. Don't give a fuck. Don't fucking care. Do not give a fuck. Because we're not going to know anything about this shit for a long time. I have my suspicions, but there's no way anybody has any answers right now. There's no way, and I don't trust anybody who does. Anybody who says they have the answers fucking freaks me out. I immediately discredit you because you're a fool. You're a fucking idiot. Like, you don't know shit. Like, I don't know. The one thing I've learned about life is how little I know. So anytime I see somebody sure of themselves, I always go. So that's why, I don't know. I like to look into things and know things, but I'm also like, do I know anything? No, not really. So it's hard to develop an ideology about any of this shit. It's hard to think of any solutions about any of this shit because I don't know what to do. And I don't know. I just care about the only thing I control is myself. I think I've said that from the get-go. But anyways, who cares? That's not what this episode was supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about that awkward encounter I had today and how I've been hearing the word awkward. Does this happen to anybody else other than me, where you hear the word in a show or in a text or at work or in a conversation multiple times in a day or multiple times in a week, right? And then something actually happens to you later in that week or at some point where it's like, oh, that was like the universe or whatever, the algorithm, the matrix, whatever, pointing to this event, almost suggesting it, like foreshadowing it. Like, I don't know what that is, but it happens all the fucking time. And this last week was the word awkward. It was awkward. I kept hearing the word awkward, and it reminded me. It started with my little nephew playing Fortnite with my nephew, and I stopped talking for just fucking 10 seconds, and he goes, well, aren't you talking? It's awkward. And I'm like, you're already 10, and you're already at that phase of where you call everything awkward. You literally can't sit still for 3 seconds without saying that, because in high school back in the day, there were people like this. And it's like a phase people go through where everything's awkward. And it's so fucking annoying, because I'm like, no, awkward is, running into your mom's ex while you're on the way to, pick out a bridesmaid dress for her new wedding. That's awkward. Awkward is going to dinner and your server is your ex-wife and you're with your current wife. Like, that's awkward. So that word's overused, and I've been talking about it all week, and then I had this fucking interaction today that was actually awkward. What does it all mean, man? What does it all mean, man? I got another 7 to 10 grams of mushrooms in my bedroom. I'm going to take those, and see if I can't, dig a little deeper. But what does it all mean, dude? I don't know. But it's getting dark in my basement. I can kind of see the glimmer of my Kennedy for president. I can see his silhouette, which is only a few feet away from me, and a couple of these fight posters. Anyways, it's been a long episode. I think I'm going long. Ooh, shit, yeah. Yeah, dude. Like and subscribe. Share this motherfucker. This episode wasn't very funny. I apologize. Probably wasn't very informative because I'm an idiot and I ramble. And it's hard for me to just keep a single thought. Sometimes I get too high before I do this, and I shouldn't do that to you. I shouldn't do that to my audience of maybe 4, 3, 2 people. Who knows? No one listens to this. This is a audio journal. But anyways, go Giants. Giants is shit. I'm going to the Giants game on Sunday for my brother's birthday. They're playing right now. I'm about to go fire it up. Fuck the Rockies. Fuck the Dodgers. It's go Giants and this motherfucker. We're still leading the NL West. We have been since May. We've only lost it for a couple hours at a time. Not even a fucking full day at a time. Sorry, I think this thing unplugged. The best team in baseball. Baseball's the shit. You know what? I'm gonna make another episode probably tonight and talk about why I fucking hate football. Yeah, we can talk about why I hate football, because football's fucking annoying. and why baseball is the shit. Smash that like and subscribe. Go to geckohawaii.com. Get yourself some shirts. Sponsor this podcast. Thank you, Gecko Hawaii. Shoot me a DM, motherfucker. Shoot me an email. Hit me up on Twitter. It's in the bio as usual. It's in the description of this video. And Big Dog Equipment, Big Dog Sportswear. Someone give them a chance. They're just trying to make some money, dude. Trying to make some of that boomer bucks. Can you really blame them? All right, I'm going to hop off. My wife's on her way home. She's probably here listening to me talk like an idiot to myself. I have this fucking video queued up, and it's fucking freaky. Why the fuck am I staring at it? It's somebody explaining the story of the creation of all life, what the Aztecs believed. And I click on this random shit, and then it's got this weird fucking Moloch, the fucking owl god face staring at me, and this weird Mayan word, like, or Aztec word, Omiyoto, like, you know, fucking Quetzalcoatl. What the fuck is Quetzalcoatl? I don't. Shit's weird, dude. What am I doing? Why am I looking at this in a dark room? Anyways, smash that like and subscribe. I'm gonna see you guys soon. Take care.